CE Tech Dude here. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Orbic Wonder. This is a universally unlocked phone, which means you can use it on any carrier, including Verizon and Sprint. Pretty cool. Is it a good phone? And at $180 is a good value. Stick around and find out. Thanks. So let's go and get the tech specs out of the way, shall we? This phone's powered by a Snapdragon 430 processor with 2 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of onboard storage, with only 8 gigs out of the box usable by you, the user. The other 8 gigs is reserved for system access. There is a micro SD card slot for expandable memory, a SIM card slot, only one. There's a 3000 milliamp hour battery in this sucker. There's a 13 megapixel camera on the back, an 8 megapixel camera on the front, and there's USB-C on the bottom with Quick Charge 3.0, which is pretty awesome. Okay, tech specs out of the way. That wasn't so hard, was it? Moving on the front of the phone we have a 5.5 inch 1080p display, which I really like. Looks really good. It's IPS, colors are good, viewing angles are nice. Overall, really nice display. Below that we have a fingerprint sensor, which to be honest is hit or miss. Sometimes it'd work, sometimes it'd take me a couple of tries, which can be kind of annoying, to be honest. Up top, you have your 8 megapixel camera, which is not the best quality. I'm going to post a sample picture for you. And also a sample video. This is a test of the Orbic Wonder front-facing camera. What do you think? As you can see, not the best. Colors are muted. It's okay. It'll do. The earpiece, to be honest, a little weak. I could still hear the caller, but wasn't loud. Just saying. Was not very loud. Also, speaking of in calls, the speakerphone functionality works fine. It wasn't very loud either. Just want to let you know, it wasn't very loud. On the back of the phone, we have a 13 megapixel camera, which I'm going to post a picture for you. And a video. A test of the Orbic Wonder rear camera. What do you think? As you can see, also not the best quality. It'll do, but it's not the best. On top of the phone, you have a headphone jack, which is pretty sweet. On the bottom of the phone, you have a single speaker and a USB-C port, which is pretty awesome at $180 especially. There's not a lot of phones with a USB-C port at that price range. You also have Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0, which works great. It'll give you a lot of charge with a little bit of time, not to be too technical. The back of the phone is a metallic texture. I like the way it feels. It's matted. Feels good in the hand. It does catch some fingerprints, which is not a huge deal. Just wipe it off. Okay, now that we got the overall view of the phone, let's talk about what I liked after using it for a week. The phone's pretty snappy. No major slowdowns. If you're multitasking, it can slow down. But just day-to-day stuff, opening apps, making phone calls, it's pretty quick. Like I said, it's got a Snapdragon 430 processor, which isn't the fastest. It's not the worst, though. The 2 gigs of RAM is a little bit of a bottleneck for opening multiple apps, but it works just fine for everything day-to-day. Let's face it, you're buying this phone mainly for the cell compatibility. You can use this phone on pretty much any network, which is pretty awesome. There are a few hidden features that you need to enable. Out of the box, Wi-Fi calling is not enabled by default. You'll have to enable it under the wireless and network setting. Also, another hidden setting that you'll want to enable is the double press power for camera. It works really well. Just click twice, opens your camera right up. Pretty sweet. Also, storage out of the box, you only have 8 gigs of user space. The rest is reserved for system. So you'll want to make sure you expand the internal storage, or you can use it as external storage using a micro SD card slot. So it is points for them for including the adaptive storage functionality. Pretty sweet. There is no NFC on this phone. which isn't a huge deal, especially at this price point, but I just want to let you know. I use this phone with T-Mobile, no problems with signal strength. Wi-Fi calling and Volt worked fine, which is pretty awesome. Battery life on the device, to be honest, was not great for me. I'd make it through a day, but only with a little bit of juice left, which I expected more with the specs, just because it has a pretty big battery, and I figured the processor would be pretty efficient, especially with 2 gigs of RAM. But to be honest, it wasn't. It didn't last very long for me, but it could be better for you, because everybody's uses are different. Overall, I think it's a pretty cool phone. For $180, if you need a phone that's compatible with a ton of carriers, especially if you're going to be traveling internationally, and you want USB-C and a headphone jack, I'd recommend this for you. At the price point, can't be beat. Like I said, design, camera, won't win any awards. The screen is really nice. You're going to really enjoy it. Hope this review was helpful to you. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe for more great content coming your way. Thanks, and have a great day, and thanks for watching. See you.